Gaylin is brought to you by Man to Man, a sexual health campaign croia ag an Gay Health Network I go fort leis an HSE.
If data management is slowing down your business, you need the Intuit ERP. If one entity is here, and one here, and one here, and one here, you need the Intuit ERP. If scaling your business feels like starting over, you need the Intuit ERP. Intuit Enterprise Suite is the AI-native ERP solution that consolidates, migrates, and automates, all in one place. Learn more at intuit.com/ERP.
This show is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network.
Táisí Vigéisteach le Gaylin, your favourite bilingual podcast with Ciarán, Cian and Cathal is a rasharísh.
Exploring the worst, weird and wonderful of Gná Hahi an Tail.
Na rudí is massa, is ashtí agus is ainty of life as we know it.
Putting the gay in Gaelga gach seachtain.
Meet your new gay besties. Díomh agus fáta ar náiste Gaylin lumsa Ciarán.
I'm Cathal.
Agus is Misha Cian.
Lads, can I start with you?
Great, how are you?
I'm good. Well, I've been better.
Yeah, well, Tom Greedy taitneamh like Gertine or Gertig sé de chus.
Yeah, we were training last night and it was very greasy.
I was like, who hurt you?
Very wet, very wet. I was like, like on the Astro, you know the way it can be kind of slippy slidey?
Yeah.
And not the slippy slidey that you want of a Wednesday evening. Aaron's drug her. However, I went down and it sounded like two glow sticks.
The towers falling.
You don't want to talk about 9/11.
You don't want to talk about 9/11?
But it sounded like two glow sticks snapping in my sock at the same time. And I was like, great, cool. I went down and I was like, fuck's sake. And I stood up and I was like, right. Now, I am learning because younger me would have been like, I can run this off. 'Tis but a scratch, my lord.
Okay.
But I decided to come off the pitch and then I was like lying on the side of the pitch with my foot up on the first aid bag, proceeding to do what I normally do at training and shouting orders at everyone. But I was like fucking Lieutenant Dan from...
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no legs.
Bubba.
And it was a defender drill. So it was me,
Yeah.
Ciarán and Doc in a row. Ciarán left and then right after Doc went down. So it was just me on my own.
Doc in the back.
There was meant to be 3 people and it was just me on my own. Like,
Yeah.
great.
It was not great. I was
My
raging.
ankles are
I'm
fine
like, I'm just hoping that I'm going to
Ankles.
wake up in the morning. That's what his are well protected. Those thunder thighs.
I was like, someone said the big girls are dropping like flies tonight.
No, Tomer
Someone
will it
name
because I hate, like, it used to be so easy to run these things off and now I know, like, that's my only problem area. Like, I don't have bad knees, bad shoulders, bad arms, hips, none of it. But my ankles are glass and it's such a pain in the hole.
Routine booked.
Yeah, but it's a good lead into today's episode because we are talking about sport. So we're going to have all of the weird and wonderful of that. But what have you been up to, lads? Any
I literally just came from News Talk. I was chatting to Sean McCreef about my willy.
Yes.
Keelan's
Penis
dad.
reduction.
I literally posted my story, Keelan's dad.
He's doing a national campaign, see if anyone can help him find it.
He actually did make a funny joke. And I was just like, I don't know how much I've never met him before. And I was so weird sitting in the room with him because he's so serious looking. And then when he started talking, I was like, oh my God, like your voice is really comforting because I've listened to it for so many years.
Yeah.
And then it was fine, yeah, but it was...
He's the voice of the restaurant. Do you know that used to be on RT?
Yeah, he has a very characteristic voice.
Yeah, it would be like, ding.
Yeah.
It's like 5 stars.
He's
for
lovely,
Captain
yeah.
Thomas.
So it went well. When's that? Was that live?
That was
today?
live, yeah.
It was live.
That's to listen back to it on.
Keane was back in my workplace.
Yes. Oh my God, he spends more time there than you. I probably gets more done.
He does do more, definitely. Well, before me takes like Kubla Nomad in, I got a text from Arnold M to go on and talk this Sunday about micro cheating.
Micro cheating.
Which is what?
So it's like, I suppose it's
Suggestion.
probably like liking stories and fire reacting and shit like that.
That's woke. That's woke, surely.
Yeah, do you know, I've heard about this before, but not in that kind of name. So I don't know. Sometimes that kind of stuff though is worth. Like I feel like kissing someone drunk on a night out, or even maybe going to.
No, that's cheating.
No, but hang on, no, but like
No, that's cheating.
There's a point. I'm gonna land the plane here, right? I wouldn't do this, but what I'm saying is, I can't decide if I'd prefer if the guy I was with just got drunk on a night out once and kissed a boy,
The guy you're with.
right? And rather that, then I go and like every single story I go through or every single page I go through, I can see that they've liked it. Like I know 1 or 2 gay couples, right? And every single like Insta boy I scroll through on my feed, that person has liked that photo.
But what if they're friends?
Well, like, no, they're not friends with with a random twink from California who's posting underwear photos, for example.
Yeah, but that's just like...
Is that how...
I would not think liking an Instagram photo.
Yeah, it's coming on really.
I think sending a message or sending like a 3 a.m. photograph.
Yeah, well, that's... Well, like, is emotional cheat...
Name them.
Oh, we're going to have to be believed, I fear.
Now I know I'm the talk of Econal Garden.
Garden
Econal, whatever it is. Fuck me.
Well, you were for about 20 minutes. And
then the news cycle moved on. As I said, what did I say for last week's episode? It was today's news is tomorrow's chip paper.
This is it, Ciarán. Yeah. And now you have to deal with me all the time, so it's fine.
Yeah. Well, lads, on that note, shall we jump into today's episode?
Not on that ankle?
Not on this ankle, no, please.
Ciarán,
shall we limp into today's episode, everybody?
Go on.
Let's go. Okay, lads, it is time for our Ábhar and Seachtaine. Okay, and for our video listeners or for people who are seeing us on social media, you'll notice that we're all wearing matching outfits again this week because our Ábhar and Seachtaine is sport, everybody. Yes, the championship is back. Well, our league is back in full swing. We are, of course, 3 very sporty guys. We love it, and we decided that today...
2 wins on the hop.
2 wins on the hop. Well, I mean, if we're counting them, not that we would ever...
Points are on the board, Ciarán.
Yeah, not that we would ever be the one to toot our own horn. But if there's a horn to be tooted and it happens to be stuck to me, sure, look. Toot-toodaloo. But yes, lads, we are going to be talking about sport today. And of course, as always here, the negative Nancys that we are, we will be starting with An Rud is Massa. Now, better on Tahi is Massa of sport. So what's your worst thing about sport, or what's your worst experience in sport?
Well, like, I have a really good relationship with sport, but Nervina needs to Oga. Well, first of all, Tos Bakely a Cathal Ovi me on Og. Like, I've been wearing glasses since I was very young. So, like,
young.
Agus is small and Bakely, Agus Caham Lynchy, Tagvola, I wear contact lenses all the time. And like in you is Cumulum, I don't really care whether you like my glasses or not, I'm gonna wear them. But when I was younger, I did really care about them, but like obviously I couldn't see the ball.
Did you wear those goggles?
Oh my god, but you Edgar Davids on the fucking football pitch down a leash.
Well, take all my point away from me there, lads. So no,
well, I was just going to say, anyone that's seen your glasses will know that you mustn't care about them because they are quite the spately.
So no, if you may like aimly and dig leash for my Google sports, no sports goggles.
Please.
Because Sulish Edgar Davids, if you know him, eat your heart out.
And we'll pick out.
So we're one Vime again with Cliff had La Portlisha, and I was marking some lad and he was like rinsing me. Like I was a corner forward when I was young.
Yeah.
Corner back now, so up the other end of the pitch. But and I wasn't as good as I thought I was. I've obviously got better, but the next time I won the ball, he like hit Ciarán Tallav, Agus like cost me team ball, and I turned around and I booted him into the chest. And because he had called me Specky or something, and I hit him a big kick, and the ref was just like looking directly at me. And it was for me, Cartarag, and like we may like size the queen. I was like,
oh my god,
you can't kick someone
but anyway,
and then cry when you like. You have to commit to being a rap badass.
Yeah, if you're gonna do the dirty deed, you have to stand behind.
Vimawama was me out there, and like Lena, and like they were just like, oh, for fuck's sake! But figure and Pictushin.
They don't. I have rave glasses that look like that.
Come here, they're actually like I'm
kind of cunts
size
now.
cool. Yeah, like they are. I would wear. I mean, I wouldn't wear them on the football pitch, but I'd wear them to like the gay rave.
Yeah, mother. You'd wear it to mother.
They're like, which one's your son? The one with the goggles that's crying.
Oh, lads.
The one that's doing pirouettes and corner forward when he hasn't got the ball. Doing the full chorus line. What's the song? God, I hope I get it.
I hope I get it. How many people does he need?
But that'll be next week's episode. We're talking about drama, so back to sport.
But yeah, it was just the thing of like a confidence Google sport. Like I hated it. I hated being different when I was that young.
Yeah.
And also like Taisa like we made Eric, like Tom Eric, like like they knew I was gay, and obviously I didn't know. But like when I was on the sideline for hurling, I was doing like Chicago routines with my hurl. I was like, hey, older man, hey, bad man. And my granny Betty was like, go.
Cathal, stop doing the Cell Block Tango. You're warm up. Pa. sticks.
Literally, and like bounced up and down like Megan Thee Stallion with my crutch.
It's so funny though, isn't it? Like it's, you know, because we like you do like you love the sport, but you also have that like other part of you as well.
The
which is,
culture of
not
like, and like Nacarja, your friendships, everything, the relationships were great, but I just hated being that little bit different.
Yeah.
And I suppose now I'm older, I like the fact that I'm different and I'm like happy to embrace that. But at the time, that was so tough.
Do you like being back in sport now? That obviously you took a little bit of a break away from it.
Yeah, well, like when I came out, I was still playing football for like Portlaoise, and I was still playing intermediate and junior. And I was so afraid, like I was up the walls about going back into a dressing room.
Yeah.
And I went back in and sure, everyone was just slagging me. Like, and I just, I loved that rather than it being a thing of no one talked about it.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, after being the kid with the goggles really coming out, just like, they surely had run out of lines at that point.
yeah, absolutely. But yeah, no, I'm delighted to be back. And sport is a big part of all our lives as well.
Absolutely. That's why we're squeezing the whole episode out today. What about you, Cian?
I was actually, oh God, I didn't go into the trauma at all. I just think the most like negative, this is going to be one of your favorites. One of the most negative experiences I've ever had, because I'm obviously very, very, very competitive. And like I lose my temper on Tamer Fod. I'm constantly scrapping with the people I'm marking.
I would say it's probably a better way of saying sometimes you occasionally find your temper because your default state of temper for you on a football pitch is lost.
Yeah. I think, but I think I was trying to think of a funny answer to this. Agus on Queen Lats, so bhí mé ar Grán Trá, and the like premiere day for Grán Trá, bhí bar oscail to ann, so bhí gach tin ego. But it was on a Wednesday, so we have training at Gnia Clog Saniha on a Wednesday. But I was like, oh, grand, I'll go to the premiere. I'll have one drink and then I'll come back to the thing. Do you know where I'm going with this? I brought Luke to the premiere.
Oh, they got it.
And I'm a lot more used to open bars than Luke would be. Luke was a student, is fós an old school kind of. So he was horny for the open bar. Yeah. He was locked, and I was. Gabonusuk. I was I Cathal law. I Cathal late leis an cast. Most of them I couldn't stand. Yeah. I was just so aggy and like I want to leave. But Luke was like, "Oh no, can we stay? This is great fun, like free alcohol." So Don was down for a couple of hours. Then we went to training. And Luke was hammered drunk. And I was like, "You stay at home, I'm just gonna go to training." But he came anyway. And I was just like really like, I don't know, my temper, I was already at temperamental, but we were playing football and he gave me a dodgy tackle and I was like, I got really thick at him and I just kept being like, "Oh, you fucking go home." And he was like, "What, like grow up?" And I was like, I just kept going, "Oh, the smell of alcohol off you."
And Luke, like he went.
He saw red.
Oh my God, he lost his mind, right? It was like, it's so funny because I actually had to walk up and like separate the two of them. He was like, "Fuck you, don't ask me to go to anything again. I'm not going fucking anything with you."
You stupid cunt. And everyone went silent and we got in it like, oh my God.
It was so, because it went from 0 to like, I think he had like put in like a late tackle and you'd hurt your finger. And just for context, when Cian hurts himself, he makes like a soundboard out. So he goes like, "Ow!"
And I was like, "Ow!"
And I looked over and he went, "Oh fuck, guys, you're a fucking drunk mess," or something he said, right? And then Luke just went bang,
but he
jarred,
was
like,
Vishay really olta. It's just this Queen on the Patrick Canaculum and Paul Hanley. And Paul Hanley was like, guys, like it's not that serious, like Toga Buggy. And we were both like, but yeah, that sticks out as like a really negative experience.
Because I was like breaking them up, trying to like, you know, be the grown up while laughing. So I'm like, "Stop, lads, stop." Mom, you go that way, you go that way. So
I just think I'm so tense on Tamer Fodog's Megan sport. Even if I'm winning, like it's where I get so amped up and so in it.
Yeah.
So that
I have a running joke in the team that I'm like, the drill will go well as long as you send Cian the rules 2 to 3 business days beforehand. He has a chance to approve them.
Well, actually, a bit of a
okay.
I got an ADHD diagnosis.
Oh, here we fucking go.
On Kaiki Shohin, and they were like, a big part of it is your sense of justice is very, very strong. So if I perceive
breaking that news to me now.
If I perceive
Batman live on the pod now.
If I perceive a scenario as being unfair, I get irrationally angry and worked up about it. So when I'm put on a team with people that have never played football before against all of our best players, obviously I'm gonna not take it well. But anyway,
TikTok told me I had ADHD, therefore I don't have to.
A doctor told me
deal with my emotions like a grown up.
Are you invalidating?
Yeah, I am. I mean, come out and cancel me. Take your Ritalin and shut up.
I'm going to tell you good, Ciarán.
And you know what? I'm just going to say, I know I already moaned about it today, but the fucking gortathe, the injuries.
Yeah.
Right? So, Eganam Tafid, Tommy Mahi, I'm drugged up with anti-inflammatories that I'm not supposed to have and strapped up. Tush ground right, train all air, agus, Leon made my routine. I did not break my routine. I didn't break my ankle either. But the vet one were like, I'm fucking everywhere. Like, so, like, I think contact sports, either hookity, is just, it's a risky one. I think when you're younger, you can you get a little knock here or there. You think you're going to run it off. You get a knock now and you're you up in the morning and you're like, ooh. It's that first putting that foot on the ground in the
But
morning.
in knockout, it's everywhere. It's your back, it's your knees.
It's just a rotating pain. It's I haven't, I started back playing football again in 2023 and I haven't woken up once on a morning since and been nothing hurts today.
Yeah, it's your shoulder, your knee, it'll go all around your body.
Yeah.
Nothing ever
The worst one though was in FIFA 3, right? So it's Glán Newis and NGA. I kind of just started. I think it was my second or third game I played, but it was...
Sorry, Eamon's on the mic here. He's going to talk to us about his
No, I'm
shoulder.
absolutely not. Aiming to be in here. It would be a very long episode if we were hearing about his shoulder injuries. Sorry, Eamon. But for me, McCade, start, right? My first start on the team. So on the night, it was in Phoenix on Movie Road. So Vian, I'm sure fucking Deshnach, August Vishay, Batra, fucking Boshly, right? So bad. But Gabunaslock, I wasn't meant to start. So I basically didn't warm up properly that night.
Okay.
And the guy who was supposed to start was Doc. He was running late, so I got told literally as the referee was walking out onto the pitch, "You're starting." And I because normally you'd be going on say half time, so I kind of was wasn't ready to go on. As a result, started Kugme Harma routine. Right, the pitch was in bits that night. Actually, remember it was really really wet that night. But I kept going, thought I'd run it off as you kind of do. Right. Long story short, I went over on it and was fuck, had to come off the pitch, but ran around the night for a couple of minutes longer because I was kind of look, I'm after getting my chance now to start. I kind of need to style this out. Yeah, right. Absolutely made it immeasurably worse for myself. If I'd come off, I probably would have been out for 2 weeks. I ended up out for 4 months, right? I was fuck's sake, right? But as I'm coming off the pitch, right, this was I'd left my water bottle beside one of the flags, so I came off to the sideline. I Hilme, bang. Right? It was a sound, I've never heard anything like it. So Cosme Timple, Agus V. Cian, not Cian Griffin, Cian Conroy, Aaron Dolph, right?
Not Mr. Conroy.
But Mr. Conroy, right?
So
V. Cian Lontair, right? He said they're getting a head injury, but you just saw him lying on his back, not moving, right? I think was he on his back or on his front? And he wasn't moving,
he's
right?
never on either.
And Captain Garev Shay, a fall boss, I was he's not moving, he's dead. It was actually really, really traumatizing. So immediately, Riname Darmid from Hain, I just was right, you're running around. I remember we all got these coats and bibs, and we had to, because we couldn't move them because we didn't know whether it was a spinal thing or whatever. So we had we made him a bed of in the lashings around bibs, coats, everything that was soft and made of fabric wrapped around him, right, into this fucking cocoon, right, waited on the ambulance. Bearing in mind, we were pretty much equidistant between two hospitals. The ambulance took 2 fucking hours, right, lying there in the rain.
In the pissing rain, freezing cold.
I'm talking to you, Minister for Health.
We all went in to the clubhouse bar.
Yeah. So I'm limping around trying to help everyone and just thinking, this is grand, it's gonna go away. I was obviously making it so much worse for myself, right? Over time the adrenaline wore off. You know when you come off the pitch you're G'd up. But I think the combination of seeing Cian really, really he was in a bad way, and the rain and the cold and me being in excruciating pain at this point.
Was getting wet.
And Cian's jacket was getting wet, right? I actually thought I was gonna cry. Right? And I was right? I got really overcome with emotion and I was you are not. I was bearing in mind I was on the team a wet week. I was you are not going to cry in front of these lads. Right? By the way, it's okay when boys cry. It's only not okay when I do it. Right? But I was oh God, this is coming, it's coming. And then, when people keep asking, are you okay? And I was I'm grand, right? So, Kugme Wally, I was in Laudar Gion routine. Oh my God, it was 3 times it was almost the size of Cian's leg.
I wasn't the one on the ground last night, falling over while standing still.
My physio was if it was a teeny tiny bit worse, you would have had to get surgery. I was like, okay, so I narrowly escaped it. But the fucking worst part of it was I was out for the same amount of time as Cian was, and he broke his face and got surgery.
Yeah.
We came back.
He got metal discs.
He
put in
got
his
like
face.
he literally has.
So sorry, this whole time I've been looking for the picture. I found the photo. Like everyone hunched around Cian on the pitch.
We
but
had
like,
umbrellas. We were like holding a vigil around him at the sideline, right?
Look how rotten he looks in this.
That's what I think it is.
But like, I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
You all think it's
Yeah, we are definitely.
I just found even crazier transformation photos.
But he had broken his face. I think I came back the week before he did, and it was fucking so bad. And then as well, you know, obviously you're coming back. I was only like 2 months into the team. I was at the kind of settling in, making friends, got my, you know, started broken into the team, say, and then I got injured. I was like, fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Like me.
I don't necessarily think you'd broken into the team at that point.
Actually, funny that you should mention that, because the very first time I get onto the pitch, I was substituted on for Cian Griffin.
Oh my god, yeah. That was
Because Cian, right? So the very, very first time.
yeah.
This is funny.
Really?
So Cian, I think I had started on the team the week before, right, or 2 weeks before maybe, and we'd had a match. It was a home match, and I was on the bench. And Cian, I can't remember, one of the lads had said something to Cian at one stage, and Cian roared back at one of the managers to fuck off, right? So
I'll tell you what happened. 3 men.
Hold my drink.
3 men bashed into me from 3 angles. I was limping, my arm, like I was in so much pain, and I was sprinting at full force, but I had a limp because I was in so much pain. And he was like, "Run faster, Cian." And I went, "Fuck you."
So he told him that you're told him to fuck off, right? But then this is the best part. So straight away the lads turned around, they're like, "Ciarán, warm up, you're going on." And I was like, oh shit, because me and Cian at that stage weren't really friends, right? And I was like, not that
we were not friends.
We weren't not friends, but didn't really know each other that well. And I was like, oh fuck, this is like, he's getting whipped now for me. This is gonna look bad. You know, that's the kind of thoughts to go through your head. It's so silly now. But at the time,
I stand by what I said.
the team was fairly new, and we didn't have like a huge amount of like things like jerseys and footballs and cones and all that kind of stuff, right? So
I actually forgot about this.
On the day, Cian came off, but they didn't have a jersey to give me. So Cian had to take his jersey off and give it to me. But Cian's bag was inside, so they just left you on the sideline with no top on. Cian was like, "Has anyone got a jacket or a hoodie that I can borrow?" So not only was I like taking his place on the pitch, I was physically taking the jersey off his back. It was like fucking an American Indian fucking scalping you. I was like, oh god, this is so bad.
That was just someone trying to throw their weight around.
Yeah.
And they have plenty to throw. And I got player of the year, so fuck you.
Clock it. You didn't get that year.
Galen is brought to you by Man to Man.
Man to Man sounds like a bit of me, girls. What?
Toga bugay, lads. It's Factus Sláinte Gnéa say Man to Man, a sexual health campaign. Cruthia egg and gay health network. Go fortleis an HSE.
Oh my god, a Megwitch or Grey's Anatomy?
Ní bheith a lúiseamán ach, sé an spruc acu, de ír a mín gnéis acu le fear ella, Kinty ólacha a dhéanamh Madra le gnéas. Because informed sexual decisions are what? Sexy.
So, whether you're gay, bi, trans, non-binary, or exploring your sexuality, they're here to help you with free, factual information and support.
A meg si den own far, I'm si dum.
Sadly, they can't help with finding a boyfriend, but the mantoman.ie website and socials provide clear, accessible, up-to-date info about STI and HIV prevention and sexual health services.
Mar hampla, an roias a gweib go bhfuil PrEP, PEP agus vaccini fáil séir in Ashka. Yes, free, trína survey she sláinte a fibli. Gaffa.
So they're basically your sexual health gay bestie.
Sinnig Dírach. Man to Man run national awareness campaigns which are designed to reduce stigma and promote positive sexual health for all men.
Go on, sign me up.
And find out where to get tested, how to protect yourself, and how to look after your sexual and mental health at mantoman.ie. Now is féidir iad aimsú ar TikTok no Instagram at mantoman Ireland.
Agus big é seach le Galen, thosca megmaide grind ar leidnig an éis galéir, gach illa seachtain. Mwah.
This show is part of Headstuff Podcasts. Here's another show you might like.
Hi, sorry. Oh God, I didn't mean to interrupt your podcast. Yes. Sorry, I'm young.
Yes, I'm hot and I'm gay and we're young hot guys.
Yes, yeah.
Really apologize for interrupting, but we have our own podcast.
Yes, it's also on the Head Stuff Podcast Network. Yeah. Sorry for interrupting, but it's really good. And
I didn't want to say this, but it's actually really, really, really good.
Really funny.
My mum says so.
We are 3 guys, but we're not real blokey. Do you know what I mean? We're soft and friendly and nice.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like this timid request to ask you to listen to our podcast. Exactly. Yeah. We're not going to bash you over the head. No. We're approachable men.
Yeah.
So listen, when you're finished this one, don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a good part coming up. But if you don't, we will bash over the head. I know people. Anyway, enjoy the podcast. No threat.
Okay, lads, an céimhar eile ná an rud is Ashley. So níl is an fuamh ach darlumm na daoine ag déanamh fetishe kind of faoi like sport ach charathe GA no CLG. So like the lads who like kind of fetishize like sporty lads. Imahurm Tagalor Kahi Palm Mescal Kunta Saturja.
Yeah.
Like I think it's it's his fault. He has a lot to answer for. Those fucking O'Neill shorts and that like the chain.
Connell chain.
And they think that's what everyone's going to be like. Like I've seen I don't know about you, but like some of the messages and some of the photos I've been sent of lads in like football shorts and that just don't get me wrong.
You've never seen a football. What are you wearing them for? Or people that clearly don't even go to the gym
or even watch
Yeah,
I'm just like
they've never watched the game.
Like they've never sat down on a Sunday afternoon.
It's not really that deep, but I'm just still like, it's the cosplaying as a GA player for me. I don't care if you wear exercising clothes.
No,
but
no, come here. Like wear a Dubs jersey, wear a Dubs jersey and shorts to the gym. Absolutely fine. But it's trying to it's where they when they wear the football socks as well on Grindr,
posing
like
on Grindr,
full kit wanker, and I'm like, show us the solo there. Go on, kick us a free from the 14. Go on.
Like near V-Main Old School, I just remember this. I did my FYP, my like what is it called? Fucking last year project. Fuck, I can't think of the name.
Thesis?
Yeah, that's it. So I did it on the experience of gay men in the GA.
Okay.
This just came back to me because I needed to speak to men who are in the GA who were gay. I went to Twitter and like started messaging all these like gay GA pages. When I say not one of them got back to me and they were all like, "Oh, I just do it for the bit."
Yeah.
Online, and not one of them played GA.
No, it's a thriving on Twitter. It's a thriving industry.
Is it?
Like, yeah, it absolutely is. Yeah, but there's
engaged.
come here. There's loads of people. Some people we know really, really well. That cosplay as GA players online. To turn a buck, but it's just funny like how I'd love to know what O'Neill's
think of it all
short sales were like in terms of like prior to normal people, but also the geo spread of like maybe like where are the shorts being sent to now and who's ordering them and all that kind of stuff, because it is funny. I like get great crack out of it.
It's random Risha Cara CLG, like I like them, but like Goira Echo are fair, but like I like them to see look at on men, but I don't fetishize them. I'm not like wear them over.
Yeah,
that's because we played Gaelic football and we know Gaelic football players who are gay. I think it's the idea of like, it's really just probably the mask man that people are into.
That's what it is.
Like I'm regularly get messages about it. There's this guy, I think he's Canadian, Vishay Inaconi and Rathmoine Shuckas Mayon, and there was like 4 or 5 of us from NGA living in Rathmines at the time, and he messaged me being like loads of just generic messages like, oh, like will you come over to my house after training?
Oh, I get that all the time.
And he was like repulsive looking. Not that like he was just gross. He was in his like 60s, like or maybe not, maybe probably 40s or 50s, but like he just wasn't my type, and he was also being a creep, a persistent creep, even though I was like, oh no, sorry, you're not my type. Like
I get like regularly lads being like, oh, would look like every time we post something football related, or if I get tagged in one of the posts on the NGA page or whatever, straight away you'll get messages being like sometimes they'll either just go straight to horny, so they'll be like, oh, would love to worship you after training, and I'm like, vomit. Because first of all, I don't even like, even if you were hot, I still don't want to have sex with you after training, because when I come back, my hair's stuck to my head, I'm covered in mud, I'm sweating, I feel absolutely gross.
The beans are burning on the side.
It would take a very, very hot person. Like even the people I'm really attracted to, I'm like, oh, I'd really just prefer if you showered.
Yeah, I wouldn't be into them being sweaty, and I wouldn't be into, even if like it was just me, like
a bit of a musk.
Gross.
Like,
yeah, but you don't have a bit of a musk after playing football.
Yeah,
you're
that's what I'm saying.
Also, sorry, like I don't know about you, but like I can barely find my willy after training.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's gone.
That's
actually in a hit. Like it's gone. Yeah, I'm like, I've changed gender since I got onto this pitch.
No, literally.
Like, so what?
It's fucking Baltic.
It's Baltic. The last thing I'm thinking of is trying to find that little elevator button in my jocks. No fucking way.
On Far Shin and Ratweenish, I blocked him eventually.
Okay,
and then he made a new account, messaged me with a
do.
completely new angle, I guess. Like, it's Vishay, like
rebrand.
It's us in Canada, me like bevrálam a vet, like Imro or Pella. No, basically he was then like, oh, can you give me grinds in hurling? And I was like, okay, first of all, they're not called grinds. Second of all, I don't play hurling. And he was like, oh, all you fucking NGA pricks are the same. And I was like, because I won't fucking meet a stranger from the internet to teach him how to play hurling.
So
and then apparently he'd messaged all of us in Ramtweenish on Rud Cairna, and no one bit.
I think I've had the same guy. I didn't realise he was Canadian. He didn't get that far at me.
He kind of looks like Frankenstein.
Yeah. So you probably heard for our H story, we've kind of made a joke a couple of times before about like, oh, all you NGA are the same. Yeah. That's a running thing because there's a couple of lads on Grindr who just don't like queer joy. Is my reading of it. And when they message you, if you're like we've a photos up of like playing like a match together or whatever it might be, and they message you and they kind of think it's kind of licensed to, you have to then become a spokesperson for the club. So if you don't reply to them, and don't get me wrong, I am a spokesperson for the club and the three of us are, we do answer the questions all the time. But like on Grindr, if it's like, hey, I'd love to join football, and then 3 messages later it's like something horny or something inappropriate. I'm like, this has gone beyond. Like some lads I was saying on Instagram will message him and go straight to horny, or some lads will start with a, hey handsome, I really want to start playing football, and then I'm like, oh yeah, cool, like you keep it polite, you're like, yeah, great, here's how you do it, blah blah, and then they'll hit you with the line that we've all had since the beginning of fucking time with this, what are the showers like?
No, we know why that is being asked, because someone in the club spread the rumour that we all rode
in the showers.
Yeah. Told loads of people. You can mute that if you want. I don't care.
Believe that name.
I don't care. Yeah, it got back to someone that he'd been spreading that rumour around.
We'd just like to clarify, we are a very small new club and we don't even have showers, so I don't know where all the action's happening, because it's certainly not in the showers.
The one time we played in Parnell Park, we were all like, woo, let's shower.
Yeah, it might be around the back of the steakhouse, but not in the showers.
But yeah, I think people have a weird aversion to it. I think, well, also, no one's obliged to get with you. Period.
No,
it's irrelevant what sports club they play for, what county they're from. We're not all like.
Yeah, like Campbell, she like Harvey Tarrington. Like I think they're attractive because I like men. I think just in general. Like I think if men are wearing shorts, it's just attractive.
Hang on, you like men?
Sorry, I'm talking about the haters. I was like, why'd you find them attractive?
No, but I'm saying the clothes. Like
yeah,
like
I personally would love to be like a wag, like I would,
me too.
But I would love him to not be on my team so that I could go and watch
Hate
him.
a rivalry vibes.
Yeah, like I would love the idea of him being on like another GA team, preferably a GA team. Like, but I would love if he was on another GA team or maybe a soccer team.
No,
and then I don't know if I could do rugby, but like soccer maybe. And then if
I couldn't do soccer. Do rugby before I do soccer.
GA would be my number one. Actually, sorry, my number one would be I'd love if he was a hurler.
Oh
right?
yeah,
and I'd love to be able to go and like watch him, and then he could come watch me.
Yeah,
cute.
like
That'd be so
I
fun.
like to watch.
That's top tier.
Yeah, that's what we have to hope. But Cathal, vi took brand new cúpla actress sport that are kind of slice ashta.
Well, it's not so much sport. Well, maybe sport events.
Yeah.
So like things that happen around the world. Maybe Gach Flin. So on this wave, the cheese rolling. So at Cooper's Hill, Gach Flin, there's a cheese roll down a hill.
Where's that, Cooper's Hill? Is that
so it's in Gloucester in England.
Oh, in England, okay.
So historians believe the race began as a kind of a pagan ritual. They like are on this hill that's basically like just like straight.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
So they get a cheese wheel.
Yeah.
It's double Gloucester. If
you're nasty.
If you're nasty. They roll it down the hill and all these men just chase it down the hill. I think women as well. I think there's a kind of both. Everyone's allowed.
Oh my God, the cheese race has gone woke.
Anyway, they roll the object down the hill and it used to be represented by the sun moving through the sky. All that, this and the other. But the cheese wheel is 9 pounds of double Gloucester, protected by a slight wooden casing in a uniform circular, and it's rolled down the hill, and these people don't actually run, but try to. They run down it, and like the first person to catch it is basically the winner. But what I found most interesting is that Brockworth Rugby Club stand in a line at the bottom of the hill to tackle them if they go too fast.
Oh my God.
But like that's just mental. Do you ever see the videos of them throwing themselves down the hill?
Yeah, I didn't realise there was actually I didn't cop. Like, I've seen those clips of them going like head over tit with those things before. I didn't realise there was cheese involved. Now I like it even more.
What would be your preferred cheese now if you were
to go round down a hill?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Bain or like Wensleydale. I do like a
really?
Wensleydale
Like
with
a cranberry.
Yeah,
No.
but like
A
also
bit of Edam, no?
maybe like a big baby bell.
Yeah, like a massive baby bell.
Yeah, I don't know. That said, like when I'm drunk, I probably would go chasing cheese down a hill because you know when you get into your head, you're like, oh, this would be a great idea. So yeah, I can see it.
Especially if there was someone roaring at you to run fast.
Just before you got whipped.
Like
Did you like that?
Very good. Very good. So good.
Okay, I suppose another event is the Atherstone ball game. This is also Isasana. So it's kind of mob football. Like kind of, do you know Casula, like Green Street and all that? Like
Okay.
So basically, it's one of the few surviving mob football games around the world, dating back to King John in the UK. And legend says it began as a dispute between the men of Warwickshire and Leicestershire over a bag of gold. They used a ball to settle the dispute, and then tradition struck. So before the real violence...
Say that word again.
Struck.
No, the one before that.
Tradition?
Yeah. You were like tradition.
Tradition.
So what is mob football?
So it's I like, from what I'm taking from this, is it like where basically it's football with no rules, so you can make shite every day during the match.
So before the real violence starts, the ball is thrown out, kind of decorated with like different colours and ribbons and stuff like that.
For ribbons.
Anyway, that's before it. But for the first 90 minutes of the event, people just kick the ball around a long, long street. But in the final 30 minutes, the claret, so the blood starts to flow. This is what they call it. And basically, you're just trying to get the ball, and there's like hundreds of people just jumping in on top of this ball, and they're all climbing on top of one another.
Oh, I've seen this on TikTok before.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they jump all, they're all just trying to get the ball, basically.
It's like Battle Royale.
But they're baiting the shit out of one another. Like
Yeah.
they're like me with sports goggles on, kicking your man on the ground.
Like you at a family party.
Anyway, the shopkeepers think it's a serious economic event because every shop on the street gets a bit of business.
Do they? And a broken window for their troubles?
Probably.
Actually, no. I'll send it to you later on. I've seen TikToks of this. It literally just looks like a melee and someone has thrown a football into the middle of it. Like, it's like the Dublin riots with a football.
Yeah, and they're all just trying to get it. It's like Off the Ball did a massive piece on it. They went to Atherstone.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't say that word either. Clearly. And finally, back home here in Ireland, Irish road bowling. This is kind of on Simul Ima.
So,
Did you bring this up already?
road
No.
bowling?
This came up the other day with someone else in my world.
No.
It's just, it's like bulls in the middle of on a
Yeah,
road.
it's
They're just
Ashton.
swinging it. Yeah.
If anyone's listening and you had that conversation with me, please remind me and let me know, because that's weird that it came up twice in 1 week.
So basically, it's a 28-ounce solid iron ball, roughly
Yeah.
the size of a tennis ball. And basically, they're trying to just like fuck it down the street.
Yeah.
So there's Cork style or there's Armagh style.
Oh my God, there's different styles.
Girl.
I prefer Gangnam Style.
Cork style is the thrower brings the arm up and back and then whirls it downward in a massive underhand, so that
Yeah.
way. And then Armagh style is that way. Under.
Oh, so Armagh's the underhand and then Munster go with the overhand.
Yeah, that way.
I didn't realise.
Yeah. And then there's a bit of terminology in this. So there
You
is
didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
So obviously they're trying to like throw it a certain distance.
Yeah.
But it's almost like, do you know like the long jump in the Olympics, the Clay Olympica? You can't step over the line, do you know, when you jump off.
And are trans people not allowed to play this either? Or is that just the Olympics?
The Olympics.
Olympics, if you're listening, go fuck yourselves.
Right.
Back to your story.
Back to my story. Anyway, there's a line of chalk at the start of the line that you can't go over, and it's called breaking butt if you go over the line.
Okay.
Which I thought was very gay.
He broke my butt!
Yeah.
Brev!
But yeah, the road bowling very similar.
Sorry, I know, like the row bowling, I feel like you could do a whole episode on. Like, I feel like we should go down and do a deep dive on it some week and go and interview them.
I'd love a go of it.
It's the most unusual. Like, I've played bowls before, but like
I love a
the,
bit of
like
bowls.
row bowls is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. What I really find interesting about it is that they do it on like curved roads in the middle of the country. Normally, the roads that they show on RTE News that there's been a 4-car crash in the middle of the night on, right?
In Donegal.
In Donegal every single time, right? But they throw them down a curved road. What I think is so weird is that there's people either side of the street, and as you said, how heavy is that ball?
26 ounces of
Right,
solid iron.
so that's a big baby on a big turkey, right? But they throw that ball, and I'm like, if
28
they were
ounces.
one like inch or two like left or right, and there's like a line of people, there's kids and all, you'd be getting hit with a 22-ounce steel
Sorry,
ball.
how much is an ounce?
Heavy.
28 ounces.
It'd be heavier than a slitter, and a slitter at that pace of horseshit as well. But like, it's such a bizarre sport. And then the other thing I can never understand is how they know it's going to be a good like throw. Even like the minute they release the ball, everyone starts cheering, and I'm like, how did you know that was
It's
good?
about a kg.
Yeah,
It's 1 kg, but
a bag of sugar.
flying that.
Getting hit with a bag of sugar
And
in the
it's
face.
solid iron.
That's big. Yeah,
Go Ashtok, lads.
lads, if there's any balls,
Just stick
players-
to fucking Gaelic football.
If you had to
will
pick one of them now, the cheese roll, the Atherstone ball game, or the
The last
road
one.
bowling.
The others aren't sports. Grow up.
I probably would just have to do the steel bowling
Yeah, I
thing.
think so too. I couldn't be chasing the cheese.
Yeah.
Buy a block of Kilmeaden.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Get out.
Absolutely, yeah. No thanks, no thanks. Now, lads, on Cian Darnach, on Rud is Ionty. So, the most wonderful, positive things about sport. Cian, what do you happen to?
Winning.
Period,
Sorry,
mama.
why are you playing sport if you don't want to win?
Honestly.
And there's plenty of those on our team.
Yeah, people who are there for a laugh.
I'm like, in the wise words of drag queen Alyssa Edwards, winning isn't everything, but wanting to is. I get so butthurt if someone cheats. I don't necessarily mind losing if I lose fairly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, if you don't want to win, go play cheese racing or whatever it's like. I'm like, go play a sport that isn't team centric, because you are important for the victory of everyone. Play an individual sport if you don't want to win. I love this.
This is the wonderful, wonderful thing.
Well, the wonderful, obviously. So I've been in NGA. This is is it 5th year?
It's your 5th because my 4th. Yeah.
Yeah, it started 5 years ago. I was there for the first game, and it was a fucking finger blasting session. We lost, seriously. We lost every game that year, but it was still a great year, blah, blah, blah. But like last year, winning every match on the trot and winning the league and beating all the straight teams. Ciarán pretended he didn't mean to wear his winning shirt today.
I actually, no, so we decided
I
today
actually didn't
we were
talk, I
going to
was
wear, I don't know why I always put a Bosco voice over me, right? But, that's me. Yeah. Hello, boys and girls. How about that winning me match? So
Sounds like home again.
He sounds about to get a Carberry. I reached into the wardrobe this morning because we were like, right, we're going to wear matching jerseys. And I just saw the bottom of this, grabbed it and picked it up. It was only when I was going through the bag later on that I went, I'm going to get roasted, because at the end of the season, I was presented with the other co-captain of the team. I was going to say engraved, embroidered jerseys with our names on them and the league and when we won it. But I was like, I know for a fact Cian's going to take umbrage with this. And Craig, no, not Craig. He did.
Anyway, we won the league and it was great. I think winning for me is everything. I was like very emotional. I was crying because it was a long journey to get there. Some people kind of just shoe up and got a medal, Cathal.
I didn't ask for a medal.
You're not really who I take umbrage with.
But what Cian means to say is that the community...
He was mad that I brought the cup home.
And
you didn't bring the cup home.
No, you went home with the cup, but you were also brought home. I believe.
But I think being there from the start and seeing it was such a journey getting to a place where we weren't just showing up, we were actually competitive and we were actually a threat to all the other teams, and we won and we were.
It's very hard. Like, I mean, I think that's one of the things that people don't talk about with sport a lot. Yeah, you see the good days, but there's a lot often more bad days than good. You've got a lot of wet Monday nights training, on all sorts of pitches with all different groups of people, and it can get very tense when you've got someone like Cian on the team who's constantly giving out.
Or when there's people show up training drunk.
Yeah, or once a month like you, or it's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag, but when you've got the kind of the big days like that, like my abiding memory is obviously the match, the game night was great. I was raging because I just personally didn't have a great game that night, but I was happy that it happened well.
I don't think any of us had a great game.
We were just wrecked by that stage. Yeah. But by that stage season. We kind of, it was nearly a foregone conclusion that we were going to win that night. If we didn't win that night, we were definitely going to win on points the next night. Yeah. So I think just the pressure of that, I was always already getting ready in my head to have to make like a big speech at the end to like rally everybody up and all that kind of stuff, or to thank everyone. So I think I was preoccupied on the pitch with knowing that I was going to have to put in a big thing here. Obviously the emotions have got to me. I was brutal that night, but the next day for me, when everything had just settled, we went to the Boar's Head, brought the cup with us, brought the cup on like a tour of Temple Bar, got every bar we went into to fill it up. We were celebrating like the All Ireland. But it was also the week of Pride, so like it was a perfect lead in. So it was the Monday of Pride week. Yeah, so it was just a beautiful, beautiful experience. It was honestly, it's like the best day of my life. Yeah, I would say that as well. It was one of the most abiding memories. If nothing good ever happened in NJ after that, that'll be one of those days that I'll be sitting on the porch in my rocker, toothless, and my grandkids. I remember. And it was specifically in the George, the video of Taylor Swift's Love Story, and all of us in jerseys on the stage, belting out Love Story with the trophy, and I was just like, this is so gay, but the video. Me and Neil are on the stage, and yous are all under us, and we're waving the trophy up over us. We had there was like 20 of us. It was a mix of two levels of the whole team. Was like, and we're literally like everyone. There's like literally we'd taken over the whole dance floor. We were all in our jerseys. We'd all come straight from the match. It was so
so weird
cute.
though, because it was like a weird mix. It gave stag party taking the piss.
Yeah.
But we were actually all like
cloud
living
nine,
for
yeah.
Taylor Swift.
I think that the one thing that we got away with was the fact that we were all wearing jerseys with the George on them. So we were in the George. So if we were a stag party, we'd really commit to the bit.
Yeah.
Like,
it was
we'd
really
gone
good.
the
It was
9 yards. But I have, because I think we hear a lot about, you know, the negative side of sport, and particularly homophobia in sport. That's still very much rampant. But I have 3 ruddy Dearfach that have kind of happened Ladani that I think are really, really nice. And not just from GAA, because I know we mostly talk about GAA, but there are also other sports are also available. Isn't that what they say? Absolutely. So in rugby, okay, now this is a really great one, okay? So these all happened in the month of April, by the way. So very, very, very Ladani, okay? So running a Himroy rugby poster. Claudia agus Cleana Maloney MacDonald star trí haige tuairt ar chéile ag gluthe idirnáisiúnta den céad uair. So these were like 2 married rugby players, Ireland and England, and they played each other recently in the Women's Six Nations.
Heated rivalry.
Okay.
That is so heated rivalry.
Yeah, very heated rivalry, right? So ag póga ag publi an park at Twickenham. So like at the end of the match they went right in their Ireland and England jerseys. I'm like, so
Well, I
first
have a
of all,
problem with that, to be
I was gonna say, right, like it's like the heated rivalry
Love is love, but get that English muck out of my face.
Take the jersey off at least.
Yeah, but the photo is actually very cute, and I think it's just absolutely mental to think that, first of all, an Irish and an English rugby player, I think kissing each other is probably crazy enough.
That
But
is really heated rivalry.
Yeah, I was like, that's absolutely mental. So I thought that was very, very cute. Coglocha and like on Starrel, right? So in soccer then, so this is one you might have seen on your Instagrams recently. Tá star dainte ag Ignacio Nacho Lago or Lego, mar an céad fellador Garmul Ganidach san Argentine and not probably mar So he was like the first professional Argentinian footballer to come out. So Imreen Antunsahor, he's an attacker or forward. Fihe Tri Bliandish, the Club Atletico Cologne in Nararin, the Argentine, agus tá Garhog o Agaliv an Sesher, Shalchache, Imha Virashik er man Hill Shield Ladani. So it was like basically it was like an interview for their club, like radio station or like channel, like you know, like their own TV station or whatever. But it's a really, really cute video. So his boyfriend Gonzalo sends in a thing to be like, I'm really proud. It's a surprise. It's like, oh, I'm really proud of you. I love you. Blah 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 blah. And they don't kind of mention, like, he doesn't know what's gonna happen. The mad thing about this is this interview was like over a year ago. But it has just resurfaced recently, and now they're kind of making like a big thing of it.
deal of it.
He's like the first. He plays in the second division of Argentine football. Argentina currently World Cup champions, I think.
Yeah.
So very proud footballing nation. But it's I just think it's very cute because like football is probably the most important thing in Argentina. Like, you know, they had Maradona, they've had some huge kind of moments in football history. And like, I think for them to have, like, for a country that football is so important in, for him to come out it's huge. And it seems to be getting received really well.
Absolutely.
Like, it's been reported by all the major, like, there's no backlash with it, which is really, really nice as well. And then one a little bit closer to home, very, very close to home, actually. So this is Comogíocht, right? So daar nou Imri Midge the NGA, we never stop talking about it. But on Vlain Shaw Husig on Erin Comogíocht, a game which Clihi Umiache. So it's the first, like, they've only started playing competitive games this year. They're the final of the 4 codes to do so. So now NGA has men's plus football, women's plus football, hurling and camogie. And they are now the first LGBT inclusive camogie team in the world. Yup na Carlini.
Yup, NGA.
So just some nice...
After who?
Yeah. And everybody else. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's class. And NGA are always recruiting. So
always recruiting.
Slide into our DMs and all.
Yes. Okay, lads, we are coming to our last section, and this is 5 focal. So if you had 5 words or less to assist our wonderful A story in the world of sport, what would it be? Carl?
I'll start. Be a cav the Google. Where
yes.
the Google. Wear your goggles. Broke the haters.
Yeah, and you know, you're actually going to look back at the photos in, how many years ago was that?
I'm 12 and them 15.
Yeah, you're going to look back at those photos in 15 years' time and go, those goggles were actually kind of cunty.
Yeah, they had a strap at the back to keep them on.
Perfect. Slay came up at you.
I said, Neil Bua gone do a bitch. There's no pain, no gain. I.e., like, put your whole puss into it. If you're playing team sport, you better play to win or get the fuck out. Get the hell out.
That's very manosphere of you, isn't it?
I don't know, but I'm like, come on. Why play competitive sport if you're not going to try to win?
Yeah, period. Mine is, no surprise, Eish Level Corp. listen to your body because you're not going to be able to run these things off in your truck a day, no matter how much you think you might be.
No
able
matter.
to. No matter.
No matter.
You just won't be able to do it.
I won't be able to do it. And then I'll have about 20 pints in the box of match.
Exactly. Lads, that's it. Sinead for this week's ep of Gaylin. Now, Nada and Darmits, you can find us on Instagram or TikTok at Gaylin Podcast. Don't forget to head over and say hello to how much Gaffelin Hain. We are obsessed with ourselves. We love it. Special shout outs this week go to Amber Quinn, who always trauma shares a story after each week's episode. I always get like a 2.5 minute voice note from her to be like, oh my God, you were talking about this week. This is this thing that happened to me. Very funny. The only man who has ever gotten me into another county's jersey, proud Kerryman Niall Kennedy, and the handstanding Ginger Supreme, Mr.
Ginger?
Colin McReynolds.
You call him Ginger.
Colin, absolutely,
He
yeah.
has a ginger beard and ginger
He's a fire
pubes,
crotch.
but he has
Yeah, I think
He's
so.
a dusty rust, I would say.
A
maybe.
rusty, yeah.
A dusty
Okay.
rusty.
Colin, if you're listening, show us your pubes. Gur míle maith for listening. Tá súla go bridge of taitneamh agus fecha mid sibh an tachna Cian on headstuffpodcast.com. No cadéach a ein sibh vor cridge bud crailty. And don't forget, we have our bonus episode, Gaylin XXL, dropping this Friday with a special, drumroll please, fairy godfather file from fellow gay GAA baddie, Mr. Kevin Penrose.
Ow.
Ach, until then.
Slán.
This show is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network, a hub for the creative and the curious. Shows are produced in association with Head Stuff and the Podcast Studios Dublin. Find out more or become a member at headstuffpodcasts.com.
Gaylin is brought to you by Man to Man. Thanks for listening.